Alright guys, welcome back to this tutorial. Today we're going to be just going over sort of like an overview of what we've done so far, and then I'll also show you guys how to sort of tidy up your drawings and compile them into a set that you can actually export and maybe print as one document. And we'll also touch on that a little bit later, but I want to do it right now just to make sure that we are basically all on the same page about what we've done so far and what our drawing should be looking like. Okay, so if we head over to our layout book here, this is where, if you recall, we mentioned this is where all of our sheets are going to be. Okay, and now the problem with using this, you could use this and just print out each sheet individually one at a time, and then export each one individually, and then and then combine them maybe into a separate into a single PDF after. But we can actually do that here in Archicad to save us some time. Especially if you're on a Mac, it's pretty easy to do it, but it can get kind of messy. And if you don't have to do it, why do it? So anyway, let's go ahead and look at what we have here. So here under General, under the General Drawings, under the Design and Development folder, we have this sheet here. So this is our first PDF, and you can customize that to look however you like, but for now this is just what we have. We have this page, general, I assume general notes and legends here. So you can edit this, use it for whatever you want, or don't use it. You can actually delete it or leave it out of your final publisher set. I'll show you guys how to make that in a minute. And then we don't have anything under civil drawings, but we do have some A1 site plans. All right, so here's our site plan, which is looking like this. It doesn't have any dimensions on it, so we'll want to correct that down the line. Make sure we include dimensions in those, but this is our page where our site plan is at, and usually this is just on a page by itself, maybe with some notes or something, but it's usually a slightly bigger drawing, and usually, at least in the projects that I've worked in, we use a 1/8 scale. And here it's using a 1 inch equals 1 inch equals 10 feet scale. I'll show you guys how to change the scale later, but that's the architectural site plan. We've got some existing plans. Now, in our case, I don't think we have any. We're not separating existing versus new. We're just creating a new project. So, for example, if it's like a new building, you would just go here to floor plans, or you can change this to proposed floor plans and whatnot. And then there's that page, right? So this one, we have our window and door markers and some dimensions here. Another thing we might want here is our schedules, our door and window schedules, right? And maybe a couple other things, but for now that's fine. And then the reflected ceiling plans, I personally haven't used it professionally, but if you have, let me know what you've used it for. I'm actually curious, about what cases you might use those. But anyway, I haven't really had a use for this yet. But here's our roof plan, with ceiling joists, or I'm sorry, our roof rafters placed in. Of course, you'll want some running this way, that way, over here. And then we've got our elevations auto-generated here. So we've got our exterior elevations here. We've got to the north and east, and then we'll have the west and south here on this page. For exterior elevations, usually interior elevations are not required, at least not where I've worked so far. So we can just leave those alone. And then we've got some building sections, and I'll show you guys how to basically add any drawings you want to your final publisher set, to the thing basically that you're going to be either submitting for documentation purposes for for your local plan checkers to review and whatnot, and also for if you're just sending something to the client. You don't usually always just export a single one of these. So let's go ahead and let's go over here and head over to this Publisher Sets tab on the right hand side of Archicad. Now here we're in this renders folder, but we have a couple other categories here. So we've got some BIMX, DWGs, and these are already actually made for us. PDFs, so these are already made for us in the template. We can actually see all of these folders by just clicking this back arrow or level up arrow. It just takes you to the folder that that is essentially like the superset, or the folder that this folder is a subset of. So let's go back, and then this is the folder that it's in. Now let's say, so we have if we go into this PDF section, and then we go to the design development one here, it's still keeping them in their respective folders that were created for us in this template. However, I personally find this to be a little bit confusing, but I mean it is kind of nice that they put it in categories, but usually you wouldn't just see the pages that you're printing. But anyway, let's just go ahead and see what happens here. If I go to document options, so I've clicked on this this section here, design development, which is the same name as the folder that we're getting all these drawings from, that we're pulling all of these drawings from. And then we've got some options here for PDF. So we want a PDF. We can change this to any other format. Let's see, there's nothing really in properties, document options. So under document options, you can mess with a couple things. You can choose whether you want the PDF in color or black and white or grayscale. We've got some other options for the PDF over here. So the resolution options, usually 300 dpi is okay. And I don't think we need to mess with this, but let's just hit OK there. And then if you want to actually publish this, you could just hit publish, but to see what exactly is going to be published, let's go ahead and click this menu item over here, or this icon over here. And if you if you click entire set, I believe it's going to publish each of these things. I think PDF is actually the set, or what it's referring to as a set here. So let me just hit selected items, and then let's see what happens. So I'm going to just select this one because this is the one we want. And then, oh, sorry, let's go ahead and hit publish. And then it's gonna usually for the first time when you're publishing something or exporting something to PDF, you'll get this this warning come up where it says please define an address path for the application, or I'm sorry, for the publication. So let's go ahead and open that, and then you can decide how you want to save it. So usually you'll want to go with this create a single file option, and then you can name it whatever you want. So let's just name this for the purposes of this tutorial, sorry, A26 tutorial project. I'll just put that for now. And then for the path, you can manually enter something here, but usually, if you're not too tech savvy, I guess, you might want to just go to this arrow over here and then go to local file system, and that's going to open up your Finder window. So let's see, I'm going to go ahead and open it up there, and then you can tell it where you want it to save. So in my case, I'll just save it to the desktop, and then info set undefined. I'll leave that blank for this, and then we want the format to be PDF. Okay. And then if you just hit OK, it should export. So let me go ahead and minimize this, get it out of the way. Where is it? It's not here. Let's see. Let's see. Where is it? Desktop. so it's not there. Okay, so let's hit publish. Okay guys, so I think what happened was basically some of the drawings it was detecting it was that they were basically left empty, so that's why we got that warning um, earlier. But if you just hit publish again and then just hit skip, it'll skip the drawings that were left blank, I believe. So let's go ahead and close that, and then minimize that again, and then we should see it in our desktop here because that's where we saved it. And then if you open it up, you've got this PDF with some of the drawings. Well, anyway, the drawings that we actually did use, or that we did draw in, the views, right? Those are showing up. The ones where we didn't draw, those are not showing up. So that's okay. So here we've got the first floor plan, and they're exporting into a single PDF like we want. So that's how you basically export an entire project. Let me go ahead and click out of this, and then let's go back to Archicad. The way we can create our own publisher set is by heading back over here to the publisher sets, and then we're gonna go ahead and create our own. And this is, I'll basically show you guys how you can just drag and drop the drawings that you want, or that you're actually using, into this folder. So let's go ahead and we can title this whatever you want. So let's say, I don't know, if you're submitting this for the first time, you might want to label it, I don't know, first submittal or something like that. First submittal. Oops. There we go. First submittal. Or, maybe not, because that's probably not going to work. We can also rename it down here. So let me just, I'll just title this submittal set for now. All right. So we've got it down here. And now, if I click into this folder, there's actually nothing in here. So I'm going to show you guys how we can actually drag and drop our actual layouts in there, the layouts that we want. So we're going to head over to this icon over here, top right corner, which is the project chooser icon. We're going to go ahead and click that, and then we're going to open up the show organizer option. And in the organizer, we're essentially getting two of these tabs open at the same time, and we're actually just going to utilize one of them, but you can actually utilize both of them. So you want to drag and drop these layouts, right? So this is the layout button, and then you want to drag and drop that into one of the publisher sets. So this is not the correct publisher set, that's for 3D renders. Let's go to submittal set. You can drag and drop, let's say, your cover sheet by just clicking and dragging it over here, and you'll see it'll also update over here. You can also just click this one and then just drag it straight in there into the right hand side of Archicad. That works as well. We can drag and drop our site plan in there, so I'll just do it here because it's shorter. And then we don't have any existing plans, so let's remove that. So we can choose here. The important part is that we can choose what we want in our publisher set, okay? So the first floor plan, we don't have a second or third floor, so let's forget about that. Let's drag and drop our roof plan, and then our elevations. And then usually, I usually put the elevations before the roof plan. So I'm actually going to switch the order here, because the order that they appear here is going to be the order that they export as. So if I just drag the roof plan down, it'll put it after the elevations. So that's kind of how you can change the order of the sheets. And usually it'll update that in the cover sheet automatically. So it's in the, I'm sorry, in the sheet index. It should update it automatically. However, it looks like this sheet index is a little bit more complicated than I guess we would like. So yeah, here it's keeping the same order that the folder structure has. So it's not changing it, but you can make it so that your sheet index does change with the order that you have here. I'll show you guys how to do that in a different video. Don't worry, I got you guys. And then maybe the building sections, we'll want those here after the roof plan, right? Usually our architectural set comes first, and then it's the engineering set with the general notes and title 24s and whatnot. But let's just leave that for now, okay? So now if we go back to this publisher set, we want the PDF to be, we want the format to be PDF, and then so that's checked, and then we're gonna head over here to sets to output. So we'll want the entire set. You can also do selected items, right? But I'll just hit publish the entire set. Let's go to publisher set properties, and then again create a single file. So I'll title this again A26 tutorial, and then let's define the path to be to the local file system, and we'll just make that appear in our desktop. And then the info set, so we want this to be PDF. There we go. The info set is really just important if you're doing a BIMX, but at least that's what I think. In my experience, I haven't really had to mess with that, so I'll just hit OK here, and then we should get a PDF with that name, submittal Archicad 26 submittal set. And then it's not showing up there, so where is it? Yeah, it's not showing up. Let's hit publish again, because I think we were just defining our properties. So sorry about that, guys. I forget sometimes. But anyway, there we go. You just hit publish again, because first you got to define what you're actually saving it to and whatnot, and then you hit publish. It can be a little confusing, as you can see. But anyway, let's go ahead and close this, and then we should see it right over here on our desktop. And there we have it. So let's go ahead and just go through the pages. So there's our site plan, floor plan, elevations, and then our roof plan, right? Remember I did tell you guys the order would change based on the order that you had it in the publisher set. So that's basically it on publisher sets. The nice thing is that it's automatically putting it into these page sizes. If you have questions about how to get it in that page size or how to change page sizes, I'll be covering that in a later video, but that's all for now, guys. I hope you guys found this useful. And sorry for the for the trouble, guys, but it's been some time, but I hope you guys found it helpful anyway. See you guys in the next one.